Hey everyone, and welcome. So you're new notary signing agent, and there's a ton of buzz about it, but you're probably asking yourself the one question that really matters. Where do I actually find the work? Well, in this explainer, we're cutting right through the noise. We're giving you a starter kit, more than 10 companies you can sign up with, like today, to get your business off the ground. Let's just dive right in.
Okay, so you've done the hard part. You've got your commission, you've got your insurance, you are ready to roll. But the biggest hurdle for pretty much every new signing agent is figuring out who is actually going to hire you. This right here, this is your direct answer. Think of it as your practical starter kit to get you from being certified to actually doing closings.
First things first, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. A notary signing agent? Well, you're not just any notary. You're a specialist. You've been trained to handle that super critical final step in real estate deals. We're talking refinances, home purchases, seller docs, the whole 9 yards. You're the trusted, professional face at that closing table. So, how do you get these jobs? Well, for the most part, it's through signing services. Just think of them as the ultimate middleman. They get all the assignments from title companies, and then they dip into their big pool of vetted notaries, that's you, to get the closings done. Seriously, registering with these services is your first and most important step. All right, this is what you came for. Let's get right into the top 10 list of companies you should be registering with immediately. These are the names that are going to start filling up your calendar. Kicking things off with a real big one, ServiceLink. They are a huge favorite for so many agents, mainly because their system is just so solid and the amount of work they have is massive. They're also super tech-focused, which honestly just makes your life a whole lot easier. You know, ServiceLink really gets technology. You're going to use their mobile app for pretty much everything. Notifications, documents, you name it. But the real game changer? It's their auto-assign feature. It actually syncs with your Google Calendar, and if it sees you have an open slot, bam, it can automatically give you a closing. For any notary who's worried about missing a text or a call, this is just a huge, huge advantage. Next up, we've got two industry heavyweights, Old Republic Title and Amrock. Now, listen, these are technically title companies, not just signing services, but they operate with a similar direct-to-notary model, and you absolutely want them in your corner. Both of these companies are going to push jobs to you through their apps. But Amrock has basically perfected efficiency with their remote online notarization, or RON, process. Because they pre-tag everything and let the signers fill out the non-notary stuff beforehand, you can finish an entire online closing in like 5 to 10 minutes. That is unbelievably fast. It's crazy. Coming in at number 4, let's talk about a company that's found a really specific and frankly, super convenient niche for notaries, MAV signings. You might also see them called Maverick signings.
So MAV signings is all about auto closings. Yep, car purchases. What that means for you is that the document packages are often really small, sometimes just 10 pages. But here's the best part. They'll often mail the documents straight to you, and they pay for all the shipping. That saves you time, it saves you paper, it saves you toner. That is a huge plus for your bottom line. At number 5, we've got Mortgage Connect and its sister company, Inspire Closings. If you are looking for consistent, high-volume work, you need to sign up with both of them. They send their orders out via text message, so you got to be quick on the draw when you see that notification come in. And this brings me to a really, really crucial point that applies to all of these companies. That fee they offer you, it's almost never set in stone. Don't be afraid to negotiate. If an offer comes in and it's too low, you just counter back with the fee you need for that type of job in your area. I'm telling you, this one tip alone can dramatically boost your income. Now, I have to give you a critical warning, specifically for Mortgage Connect. Their payment process is unique, and you absolutely have to follow it. To get paid, you must log into their portal after you finish the closing and manually submit your invoice. If you forget this step, you will not get paid. It's just a non-negotiable part of working with them, so burn this one into your brain.
Okay, let's group our next 3 together: Premier Notary, Signature Closers, and Solidify. All of them are solid nationwide companies, but each one has its own little quirk that you need to know about when you're signing up.
So let's break down what makes each of these a little different. Premier Notary is a bit more old school. They'll often just call you or email you directly. With Signature Closers, get ready for a little test. You have to pass a 10-question quiz with a perfect 100% score to get on their platform. And a great little perk with Solidify is they offer direct deposit, which means you get your money faster. And who doesn't love that?
All right, we're rounding out our top 10 now with Title 365 and Rapid Sign Now. Title 365 is another fantastic high-volume company with a really slick app, while Rapid Sign Now, well, they play in a slightly different sandbox.
So with Title 365, you're looking at more of your standard real estate closing work. But with Rapid Sign Now, you'll often be handling medical documents for law firms. It's a different kind of work. You complete the signing, snap some pictures, and upload everything to their portal. It's actually a great way to diversify the kind of jobs you're getting.
So we've covered the companies that are going to hire you, but to actually connect with them, you're going to be using a bunch of different technology platforms. This is a huge point of confusion for new agents, so let's clear it up right now.
Okay, this is so important. Please listen up. Signing services are the companies that hire you and, most importantly, pay you. The technology platforms, they're just the software. They're the tool that connects you to those companies. Think of them as the marketplace, not the actual employer.
And this quote says it perfectly. You'll hear people complain all the time, SnapDocs didn't pay me. And that's just a misunderstanding of how it works. SnapDocs is just the tool, right? The company that hired you through the SnapDocs platform, that's who's responsible for your payment. Understanding this difference is so key to managing your business and knowing who to follow up with.
Look, if you want to maximize your opportunities, you need to be on the big three technology platforms. That's SnapDocs, SigningOrder.com, and Notary Dash. Signing services, title companies, law firms, they all use these platforms to find and hire notaries. Being registered and having a great profile on each one is totally non-negotiable.
We've given you the list, we've given you the tools. But the most successful signing agents out there know that just registering isn't enough. The final, crucial piece of the puzzle is adopting a professional mindset that's going to build you a real, sustainable business for the long haul.
This right here, this is your roadmap. Step 1 is what we've been talking about all day. Register, register, register. But the work doesn't stop there. You have to follow up consistently. You've got to build real relationships with the schedulers you talk to. Ask them what their pain points are. Are they desperate for notaries who work on weekends? Do they need Spanish-speaking notaries? Find ways to add value and become their go-to person. Just remember, you're not just doing jobs, you're building a business. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
We've laid out the entire map for you. You have the companies, you have the tools, and you have the strategy. Now the ball is totally in your court. So, looking at everything we just covered, what is the very first, real, actionable step you are going to take to build your business today?